Hello everyone, welcome back. This is now the final video of Darksiders 2. Now since we have plenty enough now of the Boatman coins, I want to say now, if you want to go to Vulgrim and sell the Boatman coins to Vulgrim to get a legacy box, these will always give you a possessed weapon, and these possessed weapons can be very good if upgraded. I kind of meant to tell you that at the start of the video, or the start of the first video, but I completely forgot once again. And now when we have left the next tree section and go down into Shadow's Edge, in this section here, just before we meet the merchant guy located just outside this doorway. Now when you get to this location right here, just jump up and then you will find your next Book of the Dead page just to the left. This should be number 31. Now we have finally entered the Black Stone. Once we go through the doorway, you want to go to the left hand side, and then this is where you'll find your next Boatman coin. Once again from the last location. Go through the doorway to the right side. Now follow the only path you can. But anyway, once you have found Lilith in the Blackstone, go behind where this hanging, I don't know, structure thing is, then you will find your Book of the Dead here. And now just to clarify, once we have entered the next section, we have to use the Phase Walker ability, so to turn back time. And once you jump through here, there'll be a very short cinematic of the whole room changing back to normal. Before going down the steps, on the right side of the pillar, you will find your next Boatman coin. And now let's go get the Boatman coin. So after you have gotten the previous Stone of Power, you then want to go to the right section of the map, go down this doorway, go across here and jump across, go across here. This is where you'll be. Now, when you get here, we want to go down. So to do that, you've got to jump across, just to go up, then go down. Right, from here, there will be another death grip. Kind of hard to see. Need to go up now from here. And now, once we have got the previous Book of the Dead page, we want to go for the door directly in front. Now this is going to be a point where we need to change into the Phase Walker part, so we've got to change the time frame. Maybe I should have pushed that lever afterwards. I want to use the Phase Walker, go back in time once again to the normal state. So in this corner here, you will see the next Arbiter scroll. So originally in this world, you can just about see that redness over there. That's indicating that there's a scroll nearby. Just in this corner. And now, once we have previously got the Arbiter scroll, so this is where we'll be originally in this section over here. Now, still in the normal world, so basically the world that is destroyed. We then want to go across this platform, then drop down onto this platform, jump back up the other side. Then we want to go through this doorway and then go all the way around until we get to this chest that we can't get just yet. This is where we are now. Now go up that platform just to the right, you will find your next Boatman coin. So let's see if this is actually the reason why I can't pick up the scroll. So in the other world, so the world that is not broken, where we found the Goth collectible, let's destroy these. We now also want to leave this realm again and go back in the destroyed world. In this section here, we're going to get two things now. The Power Stone located directly up here. And yes, this is pretty much an opposite gem. So one's in the other worlds here somewhere, and then the destroyed world's here. So with our Phase Walker, we're going to put a portal there. Then now go down the steps on the left side, we're going to put another portal here. Now jump over, go into the portal, and this will be the same location as we found the Etu-Goth. In exactly the same place as well, we'll find the next Book of the Dead page, and then in this same room as well, we're going to now get the Arbiter scroll. So basically what we did in the other realm, we blew up the wall here where the Arbiter scroll is located, and go back into the other world to actually obtain the scroll. This is a very big warning. Do not enter the Well of Souls. If you enter the Well of Souls, you cannot return. So now let's go back to the Tree of Life, or aka the Forge Lands, to continue up with our backtracking now. We are now back in the Nook in the Forge Lands. So you have to enter Bane's Wood to be able to get into the Nook. But once we get into the Nook once again, so since we have all the abilities now to do everything we need to do to get all the collectibles. So as soon as you enter the Nook, go left and then use your Death Grip to go up. But behind here, you will find your next Book of the Dead page. And now for our next Boatman coin. So now once we have the Death Grip upgrade, we can now go across this lava section where the big dragon is flying around. So here's once again where the Nook is. I'm also going to do the side mission for find and kill this thing. I'm assuming it's the big dragon. Can't really remember, but once you go into the Nook, this is exactly where we are. And once we come here, all we need to do is just go over the gap with our Deathwing. Once we land, we'll get the boat coin. We are now entering the Weeping Crag. So from the Bane's Wood area, we now want to go through and enter the area. Now from here, if you look very closely on the bridgeway, you will see your next Stone of Mystic on the bridge itself. Only 2 more to go. So here we are. We now have entered the Weeping Crag properly. So originally you are down there on that bridge. All we need to do is jump up to that platform. You'll see the door that has a skeleton key that we cannot go in. Jump across underneath this platform, and then eventually you will have to come up to this section right here. Once you jump off, and then this is where I am. So originally this door in front of you should be locked. If it is, then you'll need to go to the left door. So go upstairs. If for some odd reason this door here is locked, then you'll have to figure out how to undo it. I have been in here once already, so a lot of the stuff I've already done. Now once we enter the new area, we now want to jump off to the left. Before grabbing the chest, we will find the next coin located on the left side. We are still in the same area once you have left the water, and now you can go grab the chest here. Now, once again, we want to jump into the water, and feel free to grab the chest before going down it once more time. But once you jump into the water, now there's only one way you can really get to this gnome. So we're just looking for the opening here now. There it is. And there's your last and final gnome. Alright, so once we have finally found the skeleton key, this will be the skeleton key door. Once you go through there, so of course I'm not going to show you how to get the skeleton key, but just figure it out here. But once you do get the key, when it enters the doorway, be careful, there will be a stalker here ready to attack you, but since you're quite a high level, it will die pretty damn fast. On the left side here, you can now go down steps. Now when you get here, you want to do a wall run now. So before going into the water to go to the next collectible, we want to go all the way to the very, very end to find our Book of the Dead page here. And now to get this next Power Stone, this will be part of a side quest for Thane. So basically with Thane, we have to kill 3 bosses, and each boss will be in a different location, but one of the bosses will be in this area. So from here, we want to go all the way down into the water itself. So remember, you need to have the skeleton key to get to this location anyway. And I believe it's the quest line from Thane. But anyway, you will find your power stone right in this location. Welcome back to the Fjord. So once we go down into the water section, this is where we are now. So right here, this is where Vulgrim is located. With our newfound abilities, we can now get the remaining collectibles here as well. So once you are here, go behind the wall and use one of your phase portal things. Now from here, we need to go up. Okay, from here, we've got to use another portal gun. But now, to do this properly, I believe now we need to use the soul splitter. So from here, change the soul splitter, put one guy in this location, and then with your other guy, we need to jump down now. Right here, you'll be greeted by a bomb. Now from here, give it back to the other guy. And now from the same location, once we've got the Book of the Dead page, all we need to do now is change back to our other form that is located behind these walls here. And once you've done that, you can either use your main form if you want to, but since we're here, you'll find this stone of resistance just above. I can't show you the minimap big form because it won't let me. We are still in the Fjord. So now once we go to the far right hand side, we've already been here once before, I believe, for a coin, if I'm not mistaken. Now once we go back in here with our new and lovely abilities, so to get this, we have to stand our main character here and then use our soul splitter to use both of the pressure pads on the left and right hand side. Now for the next one, to get into that area, we need to go inside this cage here. So jump up and then go around. And now we have entered the Charred Pass, so basically teleport to the Scar. So this is just before we go into the Scar itself. You will find a coin flying right there, and you will see that power stone up here. Don't think we can shoot from here because the gun's not very accurate, so we can get it another way. There we go. And now as you make your way through the Scar, once again, go through the building right here. So once we've got our golden little friend, once we get to this sequence here, we will find the next, not Book of the Dead, sorry, the next coin located right next to where the skeleton key is located. And also, I'd just like to clarify, do not jump off, because we have to stay up here anyway. Now from the last location, all we need to do now is go back onto ourselves. This time go left and just follow the only path. And this will lead you straight to your last page from the Book of the Dead. And now once we return back to the Kingdom of the Dead, we now want to go into the Leviathan's Gorge once again. And right in this area here, there will be a platform that we can go onto the wall. And then this will take us underneath the bridge. So for this is not too bad to figure out. On my first run of the video that I made, I didn't know how I did it. So how to do it, once you get to this location, you will need to stand right here and aim at the bombs directly below. That's all you have to do. But of course, there will be a stone of resistance at the very end once we proceed to the very end of this area. Alright, so we are now still in the same area, so we're still in the gorge, but now we're going to go into the lair of the Deposed King. So as we proceed down, now for this next power stone, all we need to do now is go to the very, very bottom of the spiral staircase. Once you get to the very bottom, then you will see one of the Book of the Dead page's tomb doors, but of course just keep a mental note because we will return back later for this. There's no collectibles inside, but there is a skill point tied to this if you want one. And once again, there will be the stone of power in this room as well. And now for your next Etu-Goth, this will be the very last one. So once you go down the spiral staircase once again, and go through the new door in B2. Now once you drop down these steps, do a 180, and you will find your very last collectible for this relic. Now in the same area, once again from the last location, to the left side of where you picked up that relic, there will be a climbable wall. Now follow this wall all the way to the very end to claim your Arbiter scroll number 16. To get this Boatman coin, all we need to do is proceed up to the very top of this section. So we're still in the B2 floor, just go to the very top and this is where you'll find the next coin. Now once you have proceeded to use the skeleton key, go down the elevator. Once you have gone down the elevator, take the first doorway on your left and enter the icy area. In the far right hand corner of this section you will find the next Arbiter scroll. And now we're going to enter the Sentinel's Gaze. This is located in the Mall. So this is for a power stone that I've already collected, but I'm going to show you how to grab it anyway. This is how you originally grab it in the first place. And now from the previous collectible, if you haven't already got it, in this same area, if you do a 180 now and look at the crystals, we need to blow these up now. So do the same procedure before where we use the soul splitter to grab the bomb from down below. Now once you gain access to this area, all we need to do now is drop down into the hole behind the chest to go into the new area. Welcome to the Boneriven. So now eventually on your adventure, depending which path you take, you can go left or you can go right. Either way, both lead the same way. But if you take the path on the right like I'm doing, you would run directly into this mystic. Once again, it doesn't matter which way you go, you will see it in the same area. And now for the coin, basically from the last location, once you drop down from where the previous mystic was, open this door, and the first left you take once you leave the doorway, or go through the door I should say, you will find your next Boatman coin. Eventually, once you continue on with your adventure, you'll go through this open area where you have to fight many enemies. So this was the previous area that we was in. Now once you go through here, we need to use the pressure pad once again to go through the door. And now once you go through the doorway, just keep looking to the right as you're running down the corridor of many openings on your right and left. Just keep looking right and you'll see your next Arbiter scroll. And now for the next collectible, this will be the Boatman's coin located in the Soul Arbiter's Maze. So as you go through the main doors, just go to the right, smash some boxes, and there will be your next coin. And now for this next Stoner Pal, this one's pretty simple to find as well. So from the last location, climb up, do some death swinging, and then it will be directly to your right hand side. Now at the very end of the Arbiter's Maze area, once you get to the very end where you will see the like a little table with a book on it, this is where you can activate the levels for the Arbiter's Maze. But in the background, just before you go into the teleporter that teleports you into this like dungeon section to do some of these levels, just grab that before you jump in. Alright, so for those who don't understand, so in the section of the Arbiter's Maze, once we go into the teleporter, we can actually figure out what combinations to use to proceed on to the next level or the next stage of the maze. So just go to your main objective, or sorry, go to your key items, click on the Arbiter scrolls and press whatever button that brings up the more information. That will tell you every bit of combination that you can do to proceed on to the next stage. As far as I know, if you get to a certain stage in the maze, you can go back to the book inside the Arbiter's Maze area, then you can redo the same level that you failed on, so to speak. But once you have finished level 7 and you're about to go to mission 8, you will find the Mystic Stone 34 located just above the portal to lead into level 8. And now, let's go to the Lost Light. So we're going to use the Tree of Death or the Tree of Light depending which way you're coming from. But most of the time the Lost Light will be located on the top right hand side of the tree area. Now before we're going to get the final 2 Boatman coins, we need to say hello to Vulgrim now. Since we have collected all 40 of the Book of the Dead pages, we need to sell them to grant us 4 keys. So make sure you sell 4 of the chapters to Vulgrim. He will give us 4 different keys.
Come closer. I have new items. If you have the coin. I suppose it'll do. A bargain.
And now we're going to enter to the Shadow's Edge. So it's always going to be the same angle. So if you're facing the Well of Souls, it's always going to be the left side for the Shadow Edge, always the right side for the Lost Light. So enter the Shadow's Edge. And now we're going to go towards this portal as well. Sorry, this tomb that is located in between the Black Stone, I think the area is called. So teleport to that nearest area and then backtrack now all the way to the doorway. This is right next to where the merchant is, so we're going to use him after we found the Stone of Powers and the next Goth. So as soon as you enter, you will find the first Power Stone or Stone of Power directly above, and then right above the doorway as you enter. You will see it behind you. Now just simply run and grab the final collectible. This will grant us now 5 skill points once we sell these. So now all we need to do now is go back to the merchant. This is literally right to the left of us. This merchant guy is the one that gave us the objective to grab all the relics. So once we sell them, we get extra life, extra wrath, we get some extra skill points and something else. I can't remember what he gives us. But anyway, if you sell them all, we'll get good stuff from him.
Yes, I'll make good use of it.
And now this is just extra footage now. If you really want to know where the next tomb is, you can get an extra skill point from here. So go in between the Lost Temple and the Nook. So travel to the Lost Temple. This will lead us directly straight to the temple. And now I won't show you the full clip of me searching this area. Just go inside, grab your chest and grab whatever else is in here. I'm just showing you that I'm grabbing the skill point. So all that's up to you now to grab. Now once you've done that, we're going back to the Fjord and we're going to say hello to BlackRoot. So BlackRoot was the person that gave us the objective for finding all of the Stone of Power, Stone of Mystic, Stone of Resistance, and all that stuff. So this one, make a manual save before attempting, because if you're not too sure how this works, then you may even just mess up all your progress, what you've done to find all these stones. So depending on what build you're doing, I'm doing an arcane build, so I went mainly arcane style for ability for my character. And for some reason, what I remember from my last playthrough of Darksiders, I had to visit the Serpent Tome for some reason. If some achievements don't unlock, you may want to visit that area as well, just to be sure if for some reason the achievement doesn't unlock. And now for the final tomb. Go back to the Lair of the Deposed King and go right to the very bottom, like I said before. Make a mental note of this area. This will be your final tomb. Once again, there's the skill point inside plus goodies. So once again, I'm just going to show you me grabbing the skill point, and then all of this is up to you to grab. And for those who are wondering what can you do with the Boatman coins, you basically go to Vulgrim. These are like gambling tokens, so to speak. So if you have 20 and then 50,000 gold, we can get a box, well, a legacy box.
An excellent choice.
There we go. That's how quick you can spend them all. These are still not as good as my ones, but I haven't upgraded them yet. And here we are at the end of the video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. And also, thank you for all your support, channel members.